did.
Yeah.
I totally did.
James had that.
James had that.
Yeah. Wasn't it easy?
Amazing, isn't it?
It was totally like, and then it's done, and you're, you know, wearing these goggles home, which really is kind of like, thank God it was in America. They didn't get a pop shot.
So it's like someone's like gone and polished your eyes, and suddenly you can see everything.
Well, you can see more. Better, isn't that nice?
Yeah, that's great.
You can see more better than any time before.
Maybe you just couldn't
Hello,
see
it's a little early. I've got my Halloween language on.
And you also mentioned there, thank God it's America, because no one got a pap shot of you. You're not as huge in America as you are over here, which really surprises me.
Women don't like the word huge.
Okay, you're not as massive.
Massive. We don't like the word massive.
You're not as massively famous.
There you go. That's a good one.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's sort of the, you know, it's a record company thing, I think, and now I'm with a new label, and they want to go and launch me.
Do you like that? Do you like the fact that you can walk around, you're not bothered, or do you want to conquer
Are you kidding me? It's like I could do anything I want and look just as horrible as I want at all times, and I don't have to worry about anything. It's great.
And have you changed your image a lot then since the glasses incident?
Well, it seems as though people feel like I have, because taking off glasses, if you've never seen someone's face, you just don't know what they look like. And for me, it was a real big shock when I took them off. So people are, you know, quite shocked. And then, of course, I just chop the hair and, you know, do a nice barrel curl.
I was so proud of you, girl.
Chopping it?
But not only that. Not only that, you got away with saying you were 6 years younger.
Hey!
Forever.
Than you. Is that?
Yeah, well,
For how long? A long time.
my entire career.
That is fantastic, isn't it?
So you're caught up now then?
Oh, I'm 40 and proud, honey. I couldn't. In fact, why the age was always so different in the papers is because I could never remember what it was every year. I was like, they're like, and how old are you, Anastacia? And I was like, 27. 1975. Yeah. What was that? I couldn't do math. It was too much work for me. So I'd always answer it wrong, and then they'd be like, you have like 72 ages in your bio, you know.
Did it help that you were more famous, as it were, in Europe and this sort of thing? Did people just say, oh, she's so quirky and American, isn't she funny?
Well, I don't know. I'm not trying to figure it out. I'm just going with it. You know, I'm continuing to ride the wave of people liking my quirkiness. You know?
Do you like, we've just been on about, talking to quirky, Halloween and the whole thing. Are you into that?
You know, I really let down my sister at Halloween. I was talking about it backstage, and we were supposed to be Laurel and Hardy, or somebody. What's the one that does the horn?
Oh, the Marx Brothers.
There you go. Oh, they're similar, you know. Very similar, you know, whatever. Something and a something. And so my sister totally, like, you know, got the wig, and she was the one that didn't talk because she's so,
and
thank you. God bless you for being here. You're making my story so much better right now. And so then all of a sudden, you know, I didn't go out to the, as you call, fancy dress place and didn't go get my outfit, and so I didn't have an outfit for this party. So my mom dressed me up and gave me every single thing from her closet, and she dressed me up as a bum. But I was a hostess at a restaurant.
Did you say a bum or a bum?
A bum.
A bum.
Like a tramp. Oh my God. Okay, you know what? How dare her? I've never been called a tramp on television. I'm kidding, girl. I've done that so much
Shall I rescue you here? No, obviously, we saw a little clip of your new single there, Anastacia. Would you say that your music now is, we talk about your image being different, would you say your music's any different now?
You know, what I would say is, of course, when I went through cancer on my third album, my music got very rocky at that time because I think I was struggling myself, so the music became a little bit more aggressive and a little bit more fighting. But the first two albums are like younger versions of what this album is, you know, soulful and dance, you know, I'm Out of Love, similar to what I Can Feel You is, and then we have the soulful songs and the funky songs. So I think that probably the third album is kind of making people go, what is she doing? You know, where is she at now? What is she doing? Oldie songs?
So heavy rotation.
Heavy rotation, honey. You figure it out. No, I'm kidding. I so didn't mean it that way.
Yeah, where is the name from?
Heavy Rotation is actually a single on the album. It's a really good dance song. It's just an awesome song for the DJs. It really means heavy rotation. You're spinning a record a lot. It doesn't mean the other heavy rotation. you know. And I think that the beauty of heavy rotation for me is life is difficult, but it turns around, you know. We had hail today, or rain, or whatever we have, and then the sun comes out, you know.
Absolutely. And also, you're going to be performing your new single at the end of the show.
I am.
Which we can't wait for.
I really appreciate that, by the way.
Oh, we're looking forward to it. But for now, it's Anastacia.
I expect some, you know.
We will. We'll be there.
We'll try our best anyway.
Yeah, exactly.
It's Anastacia.
I'm going to demand it.
Thank you very much. Okay, break time now. But when we return, Body Giant has a negative comment about your look stuck with you for life. That's what we'll be asking. Back soon. Welcome back. It's nearly the weekend and you're watching Loose Women. The Spooky Darlings. Joining me, Andrea McLean, today are Sherry Hewson, Carol McGiffin and Jane McDonald. In just a while, the frighteningly funny Alan Carr will be with us, and we've that stonking performance from Anastacia. But first, in her forthcoming autobiography, Fern Britton has revealed that on her first day as a rookie reporter, a wardrobe assistant told her never to wear anything sleeveless because of her footballer's shoulders. Fern, who was a slim size 10 at the time, says she became unhealthily body-focused and now admits that did it. From then on, I had at least 15 years of trauma about the tops of my arms. So, can we relate to that? Has there ever been like a negative comment that stuck with you?
Yeah, it does, because people just do it, you know, and not think about what they're saying sometimes. I remember I was doing a club in Ossett once, and my uncle came to see me. Ossett's in Wakefield, love, just in case you're wondering. But, I'd got this little... I was only about in my early 20s, so I was a young slip of a thing. And when I came off stage, my uncle says, "Oh, you've got your mother's knees. You've really got your mother's knees."
How did your mum walk?
But he said, you know, it's not a good look. And I've got quite good shapely legs, but I tell you, since that day, I've always wore tights. In fact, I've never taken them off. No, but I've always got stockings on or tights on, you know, because it really affected me that much.
Well, I'm completely traumatised because the other day, one of the women on this panel revealed in a newspaper that I've got a bunion. And now everybody looks at my feet all the time. That was you, David.
It was, yeah, but you've said it on here before.
Yeah, I know, I don't care. No, when I was younger, I was at the seaside and I was wearing a very, very short red and white T-shirt dress and a very long plastic mac, and a bloke who was there pointed at the backs of my legs and went, "Oh, you've got dimples on the backs of your legs." I went, "Yeah, I know. They've been there all my life." And then afterwards, I went home and looked in the mirror, and then for about 10 years after that, all I did was look at the backs of my legs in the mirror. I thought, "Oh, I've got dimples on my legs." And wore long skirts.
Do you think about it now, then?
Not really, no. I don't really care. I probably still... I have still got dimples on the backs of my legs, like most women have in the wrong light, but... Yeah, it's not actually proper cellulite.
Not worth bothering about that,
no, you can't let it get you down. You've just got to, you know, it's there. What can you do?
Well, you never know.
I'm going to exercise.
You know that lovely picture when you flashed your bum and everyone saw your lovely pants. And you went,
dimples.
maybe he was looking at that going, "Do you know what? I got it wrong all those years ago."
Yes.
You know, it's a lovely bottom.
I told her back in 1976. She had those dimples. She splashed your Harris.
I must admit,